Welcome everyone to the Virgo full moon ceremony. Today's March 6th, 2023. I'm Kathy Forrest. Full moon is tomorrow, early in the morning, but we're doing it we're going to do our ceremony today. We're in the full moon window, and that'll give people that don't have time to watch it during the day, it'll give them time to watch it before or on the full moon. So let's jump in. Some of you have asked, some of you, what music we play in here. It is royalty-free music by Chan Redfield. It's the only thing that I've found that actually works for what we do. I keep looking for more, but I like to post these on YouTube, and if I don't use royalty free, they will get me in trouble. So that's why we listen to the same music every time. Let's call in Sacred State, get this party started. All right. Let's take a big deep breath in. And as we exhale, drop your roots down. Feel them go all the way down into the core of the earth. Drop your grounding cord. And just take a breath and sink into Mama. And just feel her magnetic pull. Just pull through your feet and anchor you and ground you. And then once you're grounded, inhale and draw her energy up through your body. Send it up and out through the top of the head, connecting with the heart of the divine above us. Inhale big again and draw that beautiful energy down through your body. Send it all the way down into the earth, activating the as above, so below flow. And just try to feel that flow activate in your body. Connecting with that flow, breathing in and breathing out, activate the as within, so without. As the universe, so the soul. Moving to the north, we welcome Mother Earth. We give thanks to be able to stand on our own 2 feet in our own physical body. Moving to the south, we welcome water and clear, clean, current, emotional energy. We welcome love and joy, abundance, and flow. Moving to the west, we welcome air and mind, focus, clarity, guidance, all of our etheric allies, our intuition, our ancestors. We call all of that beautiful energy into our circle. Moving to the east, we welcome fire and movement, passion, divine right, action. Moving to the center, we call in the divine feminine and the divine masculine. In sacred right relationship, we call that beautiful energy down through our bodies, and we call up Mama Gaia to pull and magnetize that energy through us. We welcome our own sweet, extraordinary souls into this circle. We ask that all of these energies be with us, pray with us, dance with us for a mutual benefit. Aho. Here we go. Play. That feels good. Okay. Let's get this party started. Tina, you look like you were having fun.
I was.
That's awesome. All right, everyone, let's take a minute. I don't know about you, but I can feel this Virgo moon. I've already cleaned my house, run the vacuum. I mean, she is on fire today. So take a minute and just feel into your body and notice, because this is really where our focus should be. It should be in our body. So just breathe into your body. How is this moon showing up for you? Just notice what you feel, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. So the full moon happens tomorrow morning at 6:40 a.m. Central Time. And any Virgo moon, aside from being really good about helping you clean out things, it's great for releasing and adjusting things in how you serve others. Virgo is the sign of the priestess. She is all about service. She's all about organizing and managing the physical plane. And she assists you in focusing on your health, attending to details, systems, and procedures. So her key is balance, and her attention to detail, if you're not careful. So when you get in cleaning mode, that, you know, those times when you open a drawer and it's, oh my goodness, I need to clean this out. And then you start cleaning things out, and then you're looking at the picture book that you found and you're reading the stories, and you just get lost in the minutia. And I have my daughter's notorious for this. She'll decide she's going to clean a room, and then everything will be out on the floor because she needs to clean everything. And she finds that one more thing. So perfection is the downfall. I love that, Jocelyn. She's cleaning out a drawer right now. Perfection is the downfall of Virgo. Be careful. I love this. Perfection is a direction. It's not a destination. So you want to make sure that you're balancing your service or your cleaning frenzy with self-care. Other players that are going to make this moon interesting. The biggest one is Uranus. You really want to try to be in the flow with Uranus and to think outside the box and do things your own way. You also want to pay attention and be prepared for a few surprises. And a lot of those can come. I've already had mine last night on the phone with the kids. They come in the form of little mini explosions that you weren't expecting. If you have the feeling of, I thought I cleaned this up. I thought we did this already. That's Uranus going, hey, yo, you're not done yet. So just pay attention to what's happening in your life, and don't let it throw you off. Just know that it's just, aside from the physical aspects of this moon, Uranus is going to be encouraging you to clean up everything else. So anything that is amiss in your relationships, in your money, all those places that we don't necessarily like to look all the time. Know that Uranus is the king of surprises, and it'll just surprise you. So do your best not to get blindsided. And a lot of this may happen with close-in family members. So just know that that could be a thing. It could also be a good thing. I mean, you could also have a wonderful explosion that works to your favor. They're not always bad. Some of them can be a little uncomfortable. Another place you want to think outside the box is your financial situation. Are there things you could do differently to improve it? Are you getting any intuitive hits that are trying to guide you? Remember, as you go through this, and this will last for at least 2 weeks, even though, you know, the moon will move out of Virgo, but because it was the full moon, it leaves an imprint. So there may be places where the universe is trying to get you a message, and it will feel like it's happening to you. It's really happening for you. So just prepare yourself. And if you know this is coming, it'll be easier to walk right through it. The other cool thing that's also happening is that Saturn enters Pisces tomorrow, which is really cool. These are the two. Saturn is the highest, like the upper level of, well, it resonates with Capricorn, which is the upper level of the earth signs, and Pisces is the upper level of the water signs. So it's going to stay like this until May 24th, 2025. And this opens the door to wonderful opportunities. So Pisces represents inspired creativity. Just let that sink in. While Saturn represents its concrete manifestation. So you're going to focus for the next 2 years. You have this window to focus on your, you know, with the Piscean imagination and visualization. And then Saturn brings that into the physical crystallization. This is the perfect combination for making your dreams come true. So you want to give yourself time to be with those dreams, to get really clear on what they are, and then the step-by-step actions to bring them into reality. So that's going to begin tomorrow. And so it's, you know, we're going to be building this energy for about a year or so. And then, you know, it'll stay there for a bit. So we have some time to really sink into that. Now, best advice during this kind of walking on eggshells time, be curious. Let yourself be flexible and be willing to try new things. The more you're willing to follow new ideas, the more your day will feel like an exciting exploration rather than a chaotic explosion. And remember, I don't know about you, but when I get into Virgo juju, I can just sail, man. You know, I may resist doing things around here for a bit, but once this clicks in, I can just go. So the moon has reached its gibbous phase, which is really, you know, every time we do one of these ceremonies, that's where it is. It's going to crescendo into the full moon in the morning. So we're pushing up to the top. And this means that the plans that you've been hatching are culminating. So it's always a good time when the full moon comes to go back and look at the new moon. And if you set intentions around the new moon, and I keep those in my journal, so I always know, you can go back and look at those intentions and really pay attention. Where do you need to fine tune them or celebrate your progress? But pay attention to what you're trying to manifest. The other piece of this is, you know, let this Virgo energy help you embrace the details and look at the big picture at the same time. This moon, once again, can pull you into the minutia. And it's a good time to look back on all the intentions and goals that you set at the first of the year, or set some, because some of us are still trying to catch up with that. We got off to a really slow start this year, so many people feel like they're behind. You're really not, but it feels like that because the year really didn't start, the lunar year, until like we were 3 weeks into January. So it feels like we're behind, but we're really not. If you haven't set any, sit down and set some. And because we're getting a lot of support now, you know, all the planets are direct, we're getting a lot of support to move forward. So, and we're right in that energy. So think about, where do you want to be this time next year? And what do you need to, what kind of intentions do you need to set to get there? Whoops, I went too fast. So I'm going to give you a little time with these questions. I want you to ponder. How's your money? Are you in balance? So how's your self-care? Are you on target with your goals and intentions? And are there any budget issues that you need to attend to? Relationship is also another place to look. Okay, so now that you've kind of sunk in to where you need to go, let's see what the elements are going to tell us. So I always use the tools of the Profitable Priestess deck, and I always leave you a link at the end on the slides, and you can find it on my website. If you all like this, you're welcome to order one. You can't get it on Amazon. You have to get it from me. So let's look at this. I thought that the cards today were just like right in the pocket, but I guess they always are. So in the earth realm, I pulled receiving in the physical. It says the beauty of this planet is that there are many ways to there are as many ways to receive as there are givers and receivers. We can receive love with our emotions. We can also give love with our emotions. We can receive information with our minds. We can receive energy by engaging our passion and action. But one of the most wonderful ways to receive is in the physical realm. And for some reason, this has gotten a bad rap. We have been taught that, you know, it's okay to receive in any of those other ways, but many of us carry around belief systems that receiving in the physical is bad. But the truth is that all those other ways are pretty much contingent upon receiving in the physical. We literally need a physical body to engage all those other ways of receiving. This way of receiving is literally written in the stars. So if you look at the cosmic map of how the archetypes move around the planet, you will notice that Capricorn sits in the north door of that wheel, and that's an earth sign. The north is traditionally known as the receiving door. So we're literally imprinted to receive in the physical. Sometimes many of us grow up with stories that keep us blocked from receiving in the physical realm. We may not feel like we deserve to receive. We may feel like we should always be giving rather than receiving. It helps to remember that we're designed to receive in the physical realm. We have to take in food to eat, to live. We have to take in air to breathe. We have to drink water to keep our bodies supple. All of that is receiving in the physical. That was truly part of the plan. We have to receive in the physical because we live in the physical realm. So you want to think about, are there any old stories that are blocking your receiving? And where do you need to open and allow yourself to receive in the physical realm? So chat with Earth for a minute. What does she have to say to you about receiving in the physical? Then the water realm. In the water realm, which like I said, I thought this was beautiful, I pulled abundance. Defined as a state or condition of having a copious quantity of something, plentifulness. Abundance truly describes the natural state of this planet. Everything here has the potential to show up abundantly, even you. The natural progression of life on this planet is to beget more life, to grow into more and more abundance. If there are places in your life where you don't feel abundant, it's time to prime the pump. Spend some time aligning with the energy and vibration of abundance. Where do you need to remember that abundance is your natural state? Where do you need to open to receive? The miracle key for stimulating abundance is gratitude. Where do you need to be grateful today for what may be coming tomorrow? So have a little chat with water. See what she wants to tell you personally about abundance. Okay, in the air realm, whoops, we pulled intuition, which is perfect once again for this moon cycle. Intuition speaks to that sixth sense of inner or body knowing. Learning to use your intuition requires that you pay attention to the little nudges and hunches that impulse through you. And remember, we have Saturn moving into Pisces tomorrow. You can already feel that. Your intuition is just going to increase with that. So many times we have a tendency to go to linear mind and discount our inner wisdom. So we'll get a hit and then we'll blow it off. And then whatever it was that we were, that we didn't acknowledge will show up in our life and we'll wish we had listened. So when we begin to listen and flex this muscle, we get better at making wise decisions and avoiding difficulties as a result. The only requirement here is to listen and pay attention. When you get that inner nudge, follow it, or at least make a note of it so that you can begin to notice where you need to step into something. So think about this for a minute. Where's your intuition already been trying to speak to you a little bit more loudly? And where do you need to listen? And then fire, I pulled motivation. Hopefully Virgo is going to push that envelope so this motivation comes a little bit more easily than it may have this year. This is one of the most potent powers of fire. It's the element, fire is the element of movement. And it's also one of the most necessary. Some of us may be able to power through for a short period of time when we don't feel like doing anything, but this usually is short-lived. And the older I get, the shorter that time frame is. Many times we need a big dose of motivation to get our intentions into action. If you don't have money to buy food to eat, you might get motivated to do something to get some, but you don't want to push the envelope that far. So you just want to intend that your motivation is activated without having to push you to the edge. The idea of food is very basic, but you get it. When it comes to motivation, you may need to focus on your why. Why are you doing what you do? Why do you want to manifest your creation or your business or your life in a certain way? When you get clear on your why, it can become, if it's something that really sings to your heart and really grabs you, it can become your motivation. And it can be the driving force that helps you do what you do. You can harness that motivation to do the things you need to. So where do you need to do that? Where do you need more motivation? What is your why? Excuse me. Hmm. You know what? Sometimes it's okay. I'm reading everybody's chats. Sometimes it's okay to use that motivation to get you going. You know, at some point, it's whatever it takes. And as long as you can gracefully move into another motivation, that's okay. It's what gets you out of the gate. So don't beat yourself up over that. That's Virgo's specialty. Say thank you to the universe for showing that to you. And then maybe your intention is to gracefully and easily release. Release the practical motivations or the old reasons for motivation into the ones that you want them to be. For sure. Okay. Self-sovereignty is what I pulled for spirit. Yeah. I love that, Sheila. Pushed by pain, pulled by vision. Beautiful. So I pulled self-sovereignty, which I thought was still in perfect alignment with what we're talking about. Oh, Marla, I love it. It's like we are soul sisters because I fight it as well all the time. That's why we're here today, because if I wasn't doing ceremony with y'all, I'd be fighting it. Full disclosure. So sovereignty is defined as supremacy of authority or rule exercised by a sovereign or state, complete and total independence and self-government. So self-government. To be self-sovereign is to be in complete authority over your own behaviors, actions, and outcomes. And truly, we are. We never have to hold ourselves in a place of blaming others. We can always choose our response. But from this position of being self-sovereign, we can begin to see ourselves as no longer depending on others to define us, inform us, or assist us. It doesn't mean that we don't accept or even ask for help, but it does mean that receiving help from someone else in no way gives them the right to inform our decisions. This is full governance of the self. And this, the opposite of this has been ingrained in our psyche, especially the female psyche. But when we are self-sovereign, it implies complete autonomy. It ensures that we have the freedom to act as we see fit. So think of the places where you feel confined, where you feel held back. Are there places in your world where you feel you need to behave in a certain way in order to appease others? Do you feel dependent, needy? Where do you need to increase your self-sovereignty? And that once again, we're here at the full moon. Just release anything holding you back. That's our goal. You know what, Tina? Right there with you, sweetheart. That was the explosion on the phone last night. Adult children.
Yeah, adult children, absolutely.
Right. Gotta love them. Oh, bless your heart, Marla. We'll hold space for you. I know that's rough. I'm still peeling the guilt off from our conversation last night, for sure. So I pulled a prosperity card for us this time. And of course, I got track your income. But this is the fastest way, the best tool to use to grow your money. It says this is the #1 tool of all the money teachers because it works, truly. And it's so simple. You just get a notebook, you date the first page with the month and the year, and you number down the side of the page 1 through 30. And I don't care if you're on a fixed income, it still works. Every day, no matter what, either the first thing in the morning or at night before you go to bed, figure out how much money you made that day. So if you do it in the morning, it could be the day before. And it can be finding money on the ground, finding money in a coat pocket. It doesn't have to be just the paycheck. If you don't receive, like say you get paid on Fridays, if you don't receive anything on that day, put a 0 in there. When I first started doing this practice, and it's been years and years ago, I had a lot of zeros. Now I have hardly any. Now money comes in pretty much every day. And it's not necessarily because I'm doing anything different in my business. It's way because I'm doing this practice. So at the end of the month, you write in the total for the month and then do it again next month. And begin to watch, #1, the bottom number grow, and watch the number of zeros go down. You'll be surprised at how that will happen. Don't have any attachment to it. Just do the practice. Just make it one of those little things you do every day. So I'm going to talk about the things that are coming up because there's a lot of them in the emails you keep getting. And I'm going to go ahead and do a master class on this so that people understand exactly what it is. I haven't offered this class since 2017. You won't find what we do in here anywhere. Basically, what we're doing is we're upgrading our womb space to the crystalline system. And we're doing it on the physical, the mental, the emotional, the energetic, and the crystalline system. So there's classes every other week and activations every other week. And when I did it back in 2017, I just was talking with girlfriends and I said, you know what? We need new wombs. Our wombs are old and worn out. and it was just a joke when I said it, but then I was learning how to teach CCT and I started thinking about the table practices and it was like, whoa, we could actually give ourselves this. And after I did this, everything exploded. I learned how to do summits. Most of you wouldn't be here if I wasn't doing summits. So everything got bigger. My creation capacity went through the roof. And it took me a while to realize that this is what I did, and everything changed after that. So it's a 14 module course designed to give you a new crystalline womb with 6 crystalline grid activations that you won't. And like I said, no one else is doing this. You won't receive this anywhere else. So if you're interested in this, like I said, I'm going to do a master class probably this week. So watch your inbox. And And then it starts on March 21st at 11. And there's an early bird till the end of the week this week. So you may want to check that out. Lee, thank you, Lee. Yeah, we're going to do the recording. Sachi Priya. Hi. Yeah, they were pretty potent for me too. The cards were very potent. So there's a couple other new things that are happening. Of course, we've got CCT all month. So we've got personal level, the 17th and 18th. Professional level is the last 2 weekends of March. You have to take personal level before you do professional level. All these are offered online. I won't run the womb one another time this year for sure. You will be able to get it because it's been evergreen on my website for a while. So I will leave it up so you could buy the recordings if you wanted, but you won't get it live again for at least a year, if not more. And also for those of you that might want to learn or get a Reiki 1 attunement, you've never done that, but you feel like you want to learn Reiki. I'm doing it online and with crystalline attunements. So that's going to be happening March 27th. It'll go about 3 hours and it'll start at 11 a.m. Central Time. So before we dance, I didn't give you all time to do this. I want to give everyone time to set an intention. Yes, absolutely, Esther. There's always replays for everything I do. So yeah, if you're not able to be there in person, you can get the replay and the activations, and they all will work. Absolutely. All right, I'm going to I don't have a slide in here, but I'm going to give you time. I want you to write an intention for the full moon today. We'll do it on the dance slide. But everybody take a minute. Anything that you want to release around anything we've talked about, because things get smaller as the moon goes down. So write an intention, and then we're going to dance. Just checking to see how far along you were. There's still a couple people right. I'll give you a minute. It has been my experience that when you set intentions, the more simple they are, the better. So don't do lots of big flowery words. Just release this, release this, release this, and we dance. And here we go. We're going to do that now. And activate. Our intention now when we dance is to activate the full moon intentions we just set. All right, here we go.
Music, yeah.
All right, everyone. I give thanks to the elemental forces for holding space for us today. I give thanks for all of these beautiful soul warriors that are doing their sacred work. And I close this circle in the light. All right, loves. I'll see you next month, if not before. You're so welcome. And yeah, the recording will go out here in just a little bit.
Thank you.
May have to take us down. I do. All right. Now we can end it.